So, I am here recording for the It Gets Better project, and the first thing that I would say is that, most importantly, it does get better. High school sucks, and it's really not just for you. I mean, it does suck for you, I'm sure. Being a bisexual kid in school really, really sucked, because not only was I, possibly hitting on girls, but at the same time, I was also competing with them for the same boys. So I was pretty much the most hated girl in my school, because I had the nerve to both cause their homophobia and also at the same time be a big part of their insecurity. So I think for me, the hardest part of high school was probably leading up to and after my senior prom. I brought a girl to my senior prom, and that was a bit of a problem. I had gone before, the prom committee at their little table, and they had their little paper where you could write down the name of your date and get the ticket for both of you, and I kind of put down the non-obvious version of my date's name. So I didn't really tell them up front that I was bringing a girl. I just kind of showed up with a girl in a tux. She was in a tux. She was probably the best date I've ever had in my life. She took me out, and we had a nice car and everything. It was really great. She was really awesome. But I don't think I was ready for the backlash. I don't think that I was quite prepared for how much I was going to suffer for it. I really wish that I could say I learned something that would help you from that. The best thing that I learned was to keep my head down, and I really don't want you to have to do that. Maybe you're stronger than I am, and maybe you're braver than I am. Maybe you can take on the way that I couldn't. Pretty much after my senior prom, life was hell. I would come in every day and find, the typical stuff written on my locker. It was different for me in some ways than I guess for some people, because for me it wasn't so much queer and all that sort of thing, because I defended myself by saying, well, I'm not gay. But, I mean, it wasn't that I thought being gay was wrong, it was just that I didn't like being labeled as something I wasn't, if that makes any sense. So I told them that I was bi. And apparently bi means whore or slut in the lingo of 17-year-old girls. The thing that I've learned, though, is that for most of those people, life is a really miserable place. High school isn't good for anybody, and for most of the people who were tormenting me, it was a really miserable place. It was full of a lot of pain. A lot of ruined expectations and hopes and things that they wanted to do and they couldn't. And more often than not, they were more influenced by what their parents thought they should think than they were by what they thought they should think. I really wish that I could tell you it was easy to turn the other cheek. It wasn't. I had fights in school. But that too passes, The best thing that I can offer is that it does go away. I've had such a change since I moved on from high school and I got into this better place, this world where, it just didn't matter all that much. High school is this weird sort of microcosm where people care about how expensive your shoes are, and who you're dating, and if you're gay, or straight, or bi. I found that once I got out of school, most people were more worried about if I could make deadlines, and if I could type fast enough, and whether or not I knew how to use Photoshop. So it does get better. People stop caring so much. And that's really the best we can ask for in some ways, because they say the homosexual agenda is that we want to be left alone and, have a normal life. Nefarious, isn't it? The thing is, once you get out of that place that heinously socially incestuous place where everybody knows everybody and everybody has secrets that they're all telling each other behind their backs. Once you get out of there, it really just doesn't matter anymore. So hang in there, because it does get better.